Welcome back. Now we're in week 4, and we're right in the middle of trying to understand emotion dysregulation and borderline personality disorder. When we get upset, emotionally dysregulated, we start to think in extreme ways and stop focusing on more subtle, but not necessarily less important, aspects of the situation. And then we start to think in very absolute, right and wrong, judgmental ways. We communicate this as blaming and being judgmental toward our loved ones. Then, of course, the other person reacts to our judgments, criticism, and our invalidation with increased emotion. And then he or she does something that pushes our negative emotion up further. And we go back and forth like this to no good end. Way back in the first and second videos, we called this reciprocal sequence a transaction in which we influence each other. In this case, making things worse and worse. In folk wisdom, or as a proverb, we simply say, what goes around comes around. In this week's video, we revisit John, Mary, and Anne-Marie and see how their judgments create dysregulated emotion, inaccurate expression, and invalidating responses that push each other away. We're also introduced to Mark and Sarah, a father and daughter, and get a view of their painful negative reactions and the role that judgments and dysregulated emotions play. We start to look at how sometimes we can want things so badly that when we can't get what we want and we can't let go of trying, we lose sight of the damage that we're doing desperately trying to get what we want. Letting go of this fight against reality is something we call radical acceptance. And finally in this video, we watch another reenactment and meet Connor. We also meet his girlfriend Jennifer and his sister Margaret. Connor gets emotionally dysregulated, and we'll observe some of the extreme consequences of this dysregulation for him and his loved ones, and consider how important it is for family members to find a balance between their roles providing help and support for their loved ones on the one hand, and their roles in managing their own lives on the other hand. Again, I hope you enjoy this week's video and come back again next week for the next video in our series.